Alright guys, video 2 for the day. No, I'm not doing 3 videos a day. Maybe I'll meet you halfway. Maybe 2. Maybe. Obviously, we're running up to the election for the US, so things are going to get crazy. So, maybe. I don't know. I'm looking at you guys. Alright, let's jump into it. Let's jump feet first, jump into the deep end, and let's hopefully not break our legs. Michael Bloomberg belittled farmers, machinists. Modern jobs require more grey matter. Now, I did this video last night. I did it yesterday. I went to upload it, and I forgot to hit the upload button. But yeah, I went to upload the video when I went to bed, and it was going to be late anyway, and then I forgot to finalize the video, and then we've had a bit of an update today. So we're going to go through, we're going to redo this video because I got a little emotional last night. We're talking about veterans and farmers, and my grandfather was both. So it was a little emotional, so I'm going to try and keep the video positive and funny, and I don't know, maybe I'll put out the final version one day. The first version. But anyway, Michael Bloomberg belittled farmers, machinists, modern jobs require more grey matter.
We could teach.
Look, we have this video. I'm just going to play the video for you now. It goes for a minute, and then we'll jump into it.
Processes. I could teach anybody, even people in this room, so no offense intended, to be a farmer. It's a process. You dig a hole, you put a seed in, you put dirt on top, add water, up comes the corn. Then we had 300, you could learn that. Then you have 300 years of the industrial society. You put the piece of metal on the lathe, you turn the crank in the direction of the arrow, and you can have a job. And we created a lot of jobs. 98% of the world worked in agriculture. Today, it's 2% in the United States. Now comes the information economy. And the information economy is fundamentally different because it's built around replacing people with technology, and the skill sets that you have to learn are how to think and analyze. And that is a whole degree level different. You have to have a different skill set. You have to have a lot more gray matter.
Now, he was going to say you need a lot more grey matter. My opinion on this is, first of all, I'm disgusted. Farmers are the backbone of every country. But like I said, grandfather was a farmer. He got up at 4 o'clock every morning, milked the cows, then spent the whole day fixing fences, taking care of livestock, whatever he had to do, lobbing trees, whatever. Then came home to milk the cows again, mind you, and then at about 11 or 12 o'clock at night, he would crawl into bed, only to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock again the next morning to do it all again. My grandfather, the day before he died, put 16 hours in on a dozer. For 3 weeks, he had heart pains, but he was too stubborn to go to the doctors because he was old and stubborn, and that old generation, right? That farmer generation hated doctors. I can't blame him. I'm not big fans of them either. But at the end of the day, for weeks, he had chest pains and didn't go to the doctors. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I telling you this? Nonpartisan, what has this got to do? Because that's how tough these guys are. These guys are so tough. They will work through heart palpitations and having heart attacks for months or weeks before they will even go to a doctor, because they're so focused on the land. They're so focused on their job as a farmer. These are the people that you're knocking. These are the people that you're claiming haven't got much grey matter. And the whole premise of his argument is that these farmers, you need to analyze things to be in the tech industry and everything like that, which is true, right? But here's the thing. Farming isn't just putting a seed in the ground, covering it with dirt, and watering it. You have to take into account climate change, sales, food sales, beef sales, You know, what's going to happen to the beef market if you sell cattle? What's going to happen to the beef market in 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 months, 12 months from now? Is there likely to be a drought, a El Nino, or something like that that's going to affect your sales? Do you buy that next lot of cattle, those calves, or do you hold off because there might be a pending drought? Farmers sit up all hours of the night taking care of some of these newborn cows. These are the farmers. These are the backbone. These are the people that you are literally knocking. And yet I don't think this is taken out of context. I think at the end of the day, this is some rich Hollywood elitist sitting in an ivory tower telling Farmer Joe Blow down the street that he doesn't have much sense or grey matter because he's doing a farmer's job, because he's doing a hard day's job, because he's the backbone of this country. This farmer that you're knocking is the one that is at the end of the day putting food on your frigging table. He is the one that is selling the food to the supermarket so that you can sit in your ivory tower and not starve. So why don't you get off your ivory tower, get off your ass and go and work at a farm for a month or a year or a week. Go and even grow a veggie garden, Mr. Bloomberg, Mr. Ivory Tower elitist. Let's see you grow a frigging vegetable patch before you sit there and knock every farmer, including my grandfather, by the way, who has earned that career, who has earned that job. And if you're stuck up and ignorant enough to think that because you don't understand it, because you couldn't do this job, because your job's more complicated, you need to get off your pedestal before someone knocks you off it. And that's not a threat, just saying. It's people like this that I hate with a passion. You probably can tell. Because at the end of the day, it's rich, snobby elitism. They don't care about the man in the ground, in the trenches. There's a very good line from Devil's Advocate. That movie with Keanu Reeves. I think it's Devil's Advocate. Where he's talking to the devil, right? And he doesn't know who he is at this stage, right? And the devil says to Keanu Reeves, gonna catch the subway. And Keanu's like, the subway? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, the character's name. Stay in the trenches. This is where all the battles are fought. In the trenches. It is so right. That scene is so frigging right. Battles aren't won in ivory towers. Battles aren't won in war rooms or pentagons or anything like that. Battles are won on the field. And if you don't get that, maybe you should drop out of the presidential race. Because I tell you what, this video here, you're up against Trump. Good luck. Because you come across as some richest globalist elitist putting shit on every farmer out there. But regardless, and that's, I'm sorry I get angry at this. I really am. But it just, I see this as them taking shots at every person that's worked their ass off. Farmers, veterans, people that World War veterans, they deserve our respect. Now, I must admit, Pence claps back, and damn does he do a good job. So, he tweeted out, "So God made a farmer." It's a video. Mike Pence shared a video on Twitter Monday about farmers that appear to take aim at 2020 president candidate Mike Bloomberg, who belittled the profession in 2016. Now, I'm just going to play the video. where's the video gone? They're taking it off. No. Okay, it's just loading slowly. Maybe it's here. It seemed to have removed it from the article, which is sad. Here it is here.
And paradise.
So we're going to watch this, guys, because this is Pence clapping back at Bloomberg. And I must admit, I had Pence all wrong. I heard the rumors about electroshock therapy and all that sort of stuff, and I thought Pence was an ass. I really did. But I tell you what, he's been a decent vice president. Really made me turn around on the View. But let's watch this.
And said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, then go to town and stay past midnight at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to sit up all night with a newborn colt and watch it die, then dry his eyes and say, maybe next year. I need somebody who can shape an axe handle from a persimmon sprout, shoe a horse with a hunk of car tire, who can make harness out of hay, wire, feed sacks, and shoe scraps, who planting time and harvest season will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, and then painin' from tractor back put in another 72 hours. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody strong enough to clear trees and heave bales, yet gentle enough to yean lambs and wean pigs and tend the pink-combed pullets, who will stop his mower for an hour to splint the broken leg of a meadowlark. So God made a farmer. It had to be somebody who'd plow deep and straight and not cut corners. Somebody to seed, weed, feed, breed, and rake and disc and plow and plant and tie the fleece and strain the milk. Somebody who'd bale a family together with the soft, strong bonds of sharing. Who would laugh and then sigh and then reply with smiling eyes when his son says that he wants to spend his life doing what Dad does. So God made a farmer.
Very well done. Very well done, must admit. So, obviously, this is not the only problem in Bloomberg's character. Back in 2011, young black Latino men don't know how to behave in the workplace. Oh boy, this doesn't age well. Oh boy. But yeah, Democrat presidential hopeful Michael Bloomberg once claimed during a television appearance that enormous cohorts of young black and Latino males don't know how to behave in the workplace. I don't even know if I can play this video. Like, can you imagine if Trump said this? Can you imagine the outcry?
Blacks and Latinos are not fully sharing in the promise of American freedom. That from a speech this morning by New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who announced a $127 million three-year plan to coordinate city agencies and efforts with a goal of reducing disparities between young black and Latino men and the rest of the population. Among much else, the city would create job recruitment centers in public housing projects, place new probation centers in high-risk areas to enable young men to stay closer to home, and for the first time, the Department of Education would make the success of blacks and Latinos a part of school progress reports. The mayor himself will contribute $30 million through his foundation, an amount being matched by financier George Soros. The rest comes from the city. Mayor Michael Bloomberg joins us now from City Hall in New York, and welcome to you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
What exactly, first, is the problem as you see it, and how serious is it?
Well, for a long time, people have said there's nothing you can do about it, but the blacks and Latinos score terribly in school testing compared to whites and Asians. If you look at our jails, it's predominantly minorities. If you look at where crime takes place, it's in minority neighborhoods. If you look at who the victims and the perpetrators are, it's virtually all minorities. This is something that has gone on for a long time. I assume it's prevalent elsewhere, but certainly true in New York City. And for many, many years, people said there was just nothing you can do about it. Now, what we have done in the last 10 years is we've cut the testing gap in schools for Black and Latino kids versus white and Asian kids in half, but they still are way behind. We have tried to diversify our police department so that it really does mirror the community's ethnicity, and they've brought crime down dramatically. We have the lowest crime rate we've ever had in the history of the city, and that's particularly important to Black and Latino kids and their families and their neighborhoods because that's where the crime is. So they benefit from that. And we've done a number of these kinds of things trying to attract the kind of jobs that are available to people who maybe don't have a formal education, have dropped out of school, or don't have great command of the English language, or have a blemish on their resume which would keep them from getting a job at a more traditional firm where they do an extensive background check. And so we've tried to attract industries that can use the people here who are unemployed. But nevertheless, there's this enormous cohort of Black and Latino males aged, let's say, 16 to 25, that don't have jobs, don't have any prospects, don't know how to find jobs, don't know what their skill sets are, don't know how to behave in the workplace where they have to work collaboratively and collectively.
Wow, he actually said that. I just want to say, Michael Bloomberg back in the day was red-pilled as... Could you imagine if Trump came out and said this? They would be having a... Even if Trump had said it back in these days, back in 2011, 14... when did he say this? 2011. Even back then, this would be on every Democrat National Committee's ad, saying, "Look at Trump, he's a racist." I imagine Trump's going to have a lot of fun with Michael Bloomberg if he wins the presidential candidate for the Democrats. He really is. He is going to fillet him when it comes to this debate. It really is. It's going to be fun to watch. It really is. Now, obviously, Bloomberg has tried to claim that his video about the farmer has been taken out of context. Still no word on this video, though, of course, because, you know, it's all bad. That whole paragraph that he went on with, it is bad. You might have to sit this election out, wait 4 years, and possibly run as a Republican, Bloomberg. It's all bad for you, buddy. I'll tell you what, if this gets out in the mainstream, there's no way he's winning at all. But yeah, Democrat president candidate Michael Bloomberg caught on video trashing farmers as idiots, and now he's lying about being taken out of context. Do you think the video was taken out of context? If there's anything we're discovering about Bloomberg, the former New York City mayor, the $50 billion man, the last hope is the Jackass Party has to stop a Jurassic socialist from winning the nomination. Bloomberg has already been caught admitting to using the New York stop and frisk policy to target young black men. Not saying there's a problem with that, but you know, if you're running as a Democrat, there is. He's already been caught trashing blacks and Hispanics too ignorant and uncivilized to find employment, and now been caught ridiculing farmers. Worse still, Bloomberg is now denying he said what he clearly said. Well, goddamn, only if we had the video. Hang on, we do. Do we want to watch it again? Are you sure, Bloomberg? Are you sure you didn't say it at all? Because here's the video, mate. Here it is there, right here. Well... He's not been taken out of context. His comments about farmers are not only reflective of his bigotry and elitism. Oh, actually, I would agree with that, actually. They reflect a bubbled ignorance you can hardly wrap your mind around. Yeah, exactly. Rich Hollywood elitist, well, New York City folk, sitting in an ivory tower looking down on the people that literally put food on his plates. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's that. That is all it is. But I don't know, guys. These two videos are going for quite enough. Let me know what your thought on in the comment section below. Do you think that Bloomberg was taken out of context? What are your thoughts about what he was saying about the black Latinos? Try and keep it PG, guys, if you can. I don't want to get your comments deleted. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Personally, I think he's a rich, arrogant elitist that sits in an ivory tower and looks down on everybody else. So, this is me giving Bloomberg the fingers. You know, the middle ones that you put up when you just don't give up, to quote Eminem, right? Yeah, on behalf of my grandfather, here's the middle fingers. Right for you, Bloomberg. Sit and rotate. Because let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Don't forget to share because there's no way the establishment wants this video released. Apart from that, guys, I will see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy. And remember, I'm streaming after this goes up. So come and say hi if you want. I'm playing games. I might play Star Citizen tonight. Oh, Star Citizen or Imperium. But apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy. I'll see you soon. Bye.